Hello and welcome to the broadcast. Nothing Beats here with you on this Tuesday evening. Hope you all had a great day. I had a pretty nice day off from work, but I am back to it tomorrow. And tomorrow begins my whole new shift's worth of hours, so I'll be actually working 5 days in a row. I haven't done that for a while, so I'm hoping that I do okay. It's not it's not a terribly demanding sort of position, but yeah, we'll see what happens this coming Sunday. I don't know what it's going to do to my broadcasting schedule this week. I'll try to continue at least doing something, but just be warned. Not if you knew my coworkers, man. That is a motley crew. Oh, hello, Arsides. Good to see you at the top of the show. I am probably not going to be doing a very long show because I am feeling kind of exhausted. I didn't realize that I basically just did about a 2.5 hour marathon of Power Wash Simulator. Oh my god, I've been playing that for a couple of days now. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. Oh my god, that game can eat up the clock. I was thinking about doing that for my show, but I don't think it would be good content. I don't think it would be very good at all. It's just me. I forget to blink. My eye is hurting because I'm just... Oh my god, and I haven't been able to just zone out like that in a video game in a long time. It's great mentally, but I'm just... And then after a while, I'm like, oh... and I have to re-blink to get my eyes re-watered, and my one eye is still hurting. So it's but I mean it's a great game to be able to just turn your brain off, you know? And I think that's the appeal of games like that. Just shut your brain off. You don't have to think about the politics of the game. What is the game? You have a pressure washer and you have filth. And you have to eliminate the filth. Why do you have to eliminate the filth? Just because. You don't have to think about the geopolitical, plans of the filth. Did the filth hurt your mother in any way? No. Filth just exists and you have to eradicate it. Well, do we have to feel bad for eliminating the filth? No. It's not a sentient thing. It just is existing. You have to get rid of it. And you leave a nice, clean area for the people who live there. That is literally... Yeah. Show us on the doll where the filth hurt you. Oh my goodness. But I mean, you don't have to think about anything. It's just there's filth on surfaces and you have to get the surfaces clean. That's it. That's the end of the game. Now, granted, they try to do like a bit of a story. I still have to fix my eyes. I'm sorry. You do have some semblance of a, you're a company and you get these text messages about upcoming jobs, like, oh, you've been doing a really good job on this one, we have another job for you here, and then you accept the job, and then you just go into it, and oh my god, it's just, oh. And what I do is I turn it on, start it up, and I'm getting caught up on my podcast. It's like I can't multitask like some people can do. Some people are like, I'm going to play a video game and listen to my podcast, and then I'm going to groom the cat while I'm on, pause breaks. I can't do that. I'm like, video game or podcast. Can't do both. But with this one, this and Lawnmower Simulator, I can do that. Where I can catch up on my podcasts. And I'm so fucking far behind. Like the one that I listen to, it's Bill Burr, the Bill Burr Monday Morning Podcast. I don't listen to his Thursday one. I don't know why. I just listen to his Monday Morning Podcast. But he does like a Monday and a Thursday. But I've listened to the Thursday, and it feels like, I don't know. The ones I've listened to, it just seems like kind of a rehash of some other things that he's doing. But I like his Monday Morning. I am just now getting caught up to June. Like, I think I just listened to his June 1st podcast. I'd look it up, but I'm not going to waste my time on it. But I am so far behind. It's crazy. Whatever movie he was working on, he just wrapped up. So I've got to get his. He's still the one that I was listening to. He's still talking about the Johnny Depp trial, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I'm so far behind. I used to listen to him like. For me, his new episode comes out for my Tuesday morning, and I would usually listen to him on Tuesday mornings. I need to get back into that. Like I would turn it on while I'm doing like breakfast or when I'm cleaning up the house or anything like that. It's great to listen to when I'm doing chores. That's literally I haven't been listening to him, but he's so goddamn funny. I like him a lot, and his takes on things. Hell, I love listening to him do his commercial live reads. Yeah. Anyway, time to stop promoting other people and promote myself. Sugar Pants Video Basement. The latest video review is Cheerleader Camp. It's been out for just over a week now. So we get closer and closer to a brand new episode every single day. We will have a brand new episode this coming Monday, so be watching for that. For all you people in America, that's actually Sunday evening because I live in the future land of Australia. And for me, it's Tuesday evening, 6 o'clock. So back in America, it's 6, 5, 4, 3. It's 3 a.m. You're just getting started on Tuesday. I'm coming to the end of it. So yeah, when my episode launches, my episodes launch 7 o'clock Monday morning. But for people in America, that's Sunday afternoon. So keep that in mind. But there's a new episode coming up this week. 1 a.m. on the West Coast? Exactly, right. So, all my friends and family are back in Central Time, so it's like, I know Australian time and how to translate that to Central Time. Everybody else, you just have to deal with the Central. So, Cheerleader Camp, great episode. I'm very proud of how this one turned out, and I'm fucking thrilled that that a movie that actually has a bit of a cult following didn't get any like copyright issues. Man, all of us on the horror channels and everything have been running into some problems with YouTube and their bullshit automatic system and everything with copyright claims and everything. Heck, one of the guys that I watch on another channel, he got hit with a copyright strike. And you only get like 3 of them, and then they shut your channel down. But he's fighting it. Apparently, he's big enough to actually have like a lawyer looking into this shit for him. And I'm just like, I wish that I had that kind of cash, where I have a lawyer on retainer, just in case this shit happens. That would be kind of nice. Anyway, so check out my latest episode. It's not going anywhere, but you got a couple of days to watch it before the new one comes in, because you definitely want to watch them as soon as they come out. Alrighty. Oh, okay, go away. There we go. Alright, so with all that out of the way, let's get to the broadcast. And today we are doing some more Stardew Valley. But don't expect a whole lot today. We're just going to see how it goes. A small update. Oh, I'm hoping this is about your bowling gal. All right. Well, I am all ears if that's what it is. If not, just tell your story and we'll just get there. Okay. So. All right, you had a bowling semi-date, and now you got a dinner date. Where are you going? Going anyplace fancy, or are you taking her out to the Sizzler? Yeah, we're going pull into the Piggly Wiggly, and we're just gonna go in. You literally are going to the Sizzler. Yes. That is awesome. I just threw that out there. I have not been to the Sizzler in decades. You are going to the Sizzler. That's where the high quality people meet. I used to have a Sizzler nearby when I was a teenager. and it shut down. It disappeared. It went under, had new ownership, and then it turned into like a buffet or something. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've been to the Sizzler, but yeah, that's fucking great. See, I know my audience. That's why people need to watch my show. I'm a little more with it. Did they rebrand? What are they? Is it? So it's been so long since I've been there. It was the Sizzler. Is it a sit-down restaurant like a steakhouse, or is it a buffet now? I, honest to God, cannot remember. It's been so long. Oh, hang on a second. Because I was power washing, I don't have everything set up. Oh, okay, so it's actually gone uphill. Okay, interesting. Honestly, me and my wife are always talking about some of the things that we're going to go to if we ever make it back to the States. I say if, but we will. It's just when. We don't know when. But one of the places we're definitely going to is a steakhouse. It's our favorite steakhouse. It's Texas Roadhouse. I'm pretty sure it's a chain. But, well, there you go. See, I like places that have like the TVs set up, because at worst case scenario, you've always got that to kind of help if the conversation is a little weird. I like going on places like that. Now, when you're going on like, an anniversary or something like that, or, a special event, then that's when you want to do something that's a little bit more, special. But yeah, Texas Roadhouse. I love Texas Roadhouse. It is one of the best damn steakhouses, and I'm hoping that it hasn't changed too much. But yeah, I loved it. But it's been, we don't have Texas Roadhouse here in Australia, which makes sense. It's funny, we have, oh my goodness. Oh, we're starting to go into spring, and the pollen is starting to get ridiculous. The palm trees are just dust everywhere. Thank you. Yeah, I loved going to the Texas Roadhouse when I was living back in the States. The steaks are really good. I love their loaded baked potatoes. Let's see. Geode Crusher. Oh. I don't think I have gotten one of those before. What do we need? We need gold, stone, and a diamond. Requires coal to operate. Oh, I don't think that's something I need to make. Oh my god, there's honey butter. Oh yes, I totally forgot about their honey butter. Yes, and those big round potato-looking rolls that they have. God damn, that's some good shit. Oh, I had forgotten about all that. See, it's just, yeah. I miss a good steakhouse. I also like the Longhorn Steakhouse, but not as much as Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse is way better. Okay, what is it? Thursday the 25th. What do I need to do? Okay, I need to give Caroline a pumpkin, but they're growing. I think they're going to be done tomorrow. Longhorn is a little higher class than Texas Roadhouse, or at least it was when I was there. I've been out of the country for 3 years, so they may have changed, but it was a little more higher. I've never been to Ruth's. I don't think we had Ruth's in my area. Yeah, it's the higher end sort of ones. But yeah, Longhorn is. You feel like you feel like going there. You need to wear like a collared shirt or something. Not that that's a bad thing, but you feel like if you went there like you dressed when you go to Texas Roadhouse, you feel like you'd be a little underdressed. Oh, let's see. I guess We probably should get some of our tools upgraded, because what do we got? Gold. I guess if we got enough. If we have enough gold bars, can we make... And we got enough for one. Oh! I didn't realize that we had some... We can make some more here. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's run this down, and let's get the axe upgraded. Because when the winter time comes around, we're basically going to have a lot of extra stamina. But, yeah, Texas, or I'm sorry, Longhorn Road, Longhorn Steakhouse is a little fancier. I don't think is as good. I think it's more the ambiance, you know. It's still a you know, semi-casual sort of thing, but you feel like when you go to Longhorn, it's like I'm here because it's me and my wife's anniversary, whereas Texas Roadhouse is shit. It's Friday and I need to get me a drink. Because I loved their the big margaritas that they had, and you'd get the little test tube shots just jammed right into the side of the damn thing. Whereas Longhorn, it's more of a have yourself a glass of wine along with your steak. And you know, we have some cocktails, but it's not like a party atmosphere, you know. Whereas Longhorn, you got all the TVs up, you got the you know, the peanuts on the floor and everything. BJ's Brewhouse. No, I don't think I've ever heard of that one. BJ's Brewhouse. No, I'm assuming that one's one of those where they start with the beer and then everything else branches out from it. And if that's the case, there's a reason why I probably haven't been to a place like that. I don't go to beer central or beer centric locations because I am just not a beer drinker. I like me a good mixed drink or a glass of whiskey, a glass of bourbon on ice, but I have just never been a fan of beer. It's just never been a beverage that I've acquired a taste for. So if the business is a, you know, like, you know, a brew house or a beer hall or something like that, I don't feel like it'd be the place for me. Okay. No, I don't think I've ever heard of that. Maybe that is a West Coast thing. I was, you know, right dead center right there in Kansas. So if it didn't happen in Kansas or Missouri, I didn't really see it, unfortunately. But it could have. I go to certain places. Although you know, some things are existing and I'm just not aware of them. A buddy of mine, before I left Tornadoes and Munchkins. Yeah, yeah. Tornadoes and old bitches riding on their bikes. That's what we got. No, nobody rides bikes where I lived. But there was this one place, Mchama's. And I had never heard of this place, but a friend of mine was adamant that we go try this place. And I loved it so much. I wanted to take my wife there, but we just never got the chance to do it because when it got time to where she had to leave to get things ready before I left the country and everything. She was getting things set up and everything, and we had this 7-month separation where she was in Australia and I was in America, and I was running into things, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm seeing all this stuff that I would love for us to do, but you know, she's out of the country, and I don't know if it'll be here when I come back. But anyway, Mchama's was a Brazilian. I don't know if it's a Brazilian steakhouse, but oh my God, the meat that they have! That what they do is they have this little device, and when you turn it one way, it means bring me food. When you turn it the other way, it means don't deliver me any food. And what happens is all these waiters come by with skewers of meat. and they just come by and they're like, would you like some of this? And then they cut you however much off of that skewer that you want. You want the whole skewer, they'll give it to you. But it's like they'll have like chicken or beef and pork and all these things on just these giant just skewers, and then they just slice off a few slices and everything like that, and just move on down the table. And then and then after a few seconds, here comes another one, and they just keep coming by and just slice them up. And if you don't want one, you just pass by it. There was a whole vegetable bar I never saw because it just all this meat's coming to me at the table. And, some of it was really good, some of it was okay. There were a few things I tried that I was like, I'm not wild about it, but kind of, yeah. But it was just all these different types of meat. Some of it was like marinated in sauces. Some of it was grilled over coals. Some of it was cooked in an oven and everything. Just all these different types of meats and everything. And they just bring it by. And man, I loved it. It was so good. But my God, I walked out of that place so fucking blue. You could have rolled my fat ass down the hill. But it was really fun. It was Mchamas, Emchalmas. I think that's how you spell it, Mchamas. But we went. But my God, is it expensive? I mean, I understand why, but the only reason me and my friends went there is because we had a Groupon, and that gave us one hell of a deal. Yeah, it's just I wasn't cute and purple. That's it. I chewed less gum as well, but oh my God, we got out of there and I was just bloated as a tick. It was crazy, but it was so good. Okay, is there anything else that I need to do? I don't think so. I guess technically I could go up into the mines for a little bit, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I've got a bottle of wine going. How are we doing on our community center? Okay, I got to wait until winter to get that one, but then that's the bridge repair. 25,000 for that, and then we're done with the vault. I need one of those. Lot there. 3 apples. I love seafood. I absolutely do. Good salmon steak. Since moving to Australia, I get a lot of fresh seafood, and I have redeveloped my love of prawns and shrimp. Wow, did we really get that much from farming? Wow. Well, that duck mayonnaise sure helps. But yeah, when I was in my 20s, I developed an allergen to shrimp, and I had to just stop eating it. All you can eat seafood buffet. Wow. Gar, come and see Bottomless Pete, nature's cruelest mistake. Marge Simpson, what happened after $27 for all you can eat seafood? Shit, I would be all over that a fortnight. Mrs. Simpson, after you and your husband were cast out of the restaurant, what did you do? We pretty much just went home. Mrs. Simpson, you are under oath. We went fishing. We drove all around trying to find another all-you-can-eat fish restaurant. And when one couldn't be found, what happened? We went fishing. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, does this sound like the actions of a man who got all he could eat? Oh my God. That was a good old classic episode of The Simpsons. There was a place that I would go for that I loved. It was called Sticks. 27. Yeah, back in 2005. Yeah, it's probably closer to $40 at this point. There was a restaurant that I used to go to. It was called Sticks, Stix, and it was a Japanese a Japanese place, and you had, yeah, Sticks Asian. That's it. Yeah, the hibachi and sushi place. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you ever been there? When I was at oh, I love it. I love it. When I discovered it, I would take everybody that I knew to go there because the hibachi was such a fun uh, little thing to do when you were when you wanted something a little bit out of the ordinary. I loved it. When I finished paying off my first house, my stepdad had to co-sign because the bank wouldn't give me a loan for the first house that I ever owned. And my stepdad, he never had to pay for anything, but they needed that extra bit of insurance before they'd give the loan. And when I got that all paid off, to thank him for that, I took him and my mom out to Styx. They had never been there before, so we went to the hibachi and everything. And my mom had no idea what it was, but she's very. They love the Chinese buffet, but they're kind of old fashioned other than that. So I was like, my mom kept trying to suggest maybe some other places to go to, and I was just like, no, 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 no. This is going to be a special, fun evening. We can go to these other places anytime, but I'm taking you, my treat, to some place where we're going. And the whole time there, she's like, well, but a cheeseburger at Paradise is just right over there. That might be better. And I'm just like, no, trust me. Because my mom had never had sushi before at that point in her life, and she was not keen on the idea. But that's because she believes that sushi is 100% raw fish. Right, exactly. So we get to the place, we sit down at the at our table and everything. Exactly. It was such a weird parental role reversal. It's like, now how do you know if you won't like it if you don't try it? So we go to the place, and I'm like, Mom, just when you go there, they're going to ask you, do you want chicken or beef? It's teriyaki. They're going to cook it in front of you, and they're going to serve you up some fried rice. And I'm just like, you eat that when you go to the Asian buffet places, right? Well, yes. So I finally get her. We finally get in there. And I always order sushi platters as like the appetizer. So I ordered like some tiger rolls and some California rolls just for a little sample platter. And my mom's just like, well, if that's what you really want. So we set the sushi down. And I'm like, now doesn't that look really good? She's like, yeah, but I just don't want to eat raw fish. And I'm like, Mom, there is no raw fish in this. There is nothing there. We have a lot of time before the chef comes and cooks the food. So this is basically our appetizer. I said, this is, just vegetables. There's some prawn in there. That's literally it, but it's cooked. It is fun. There's a little bit, and she's like, well, what is that? And I'm just like, that's avocado, Mom. So she's trying a few pieces here and finally working up the nerve to try some. And I'm like, see, that's not so bad. She's like, yeah, that's really good. So we get our dinner, and they get the teriyaki steak and the teriyaki chicken and everything, and they enjoy the show and everything. And I'm just like, I just want to treat you guys because you gave me a chance, and that's the reason why I have the house and everything. And it was a lot of fun. So we skip ahead to the next day, and we're chatting on Facebook or something in the comment section, and she was all like, "Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was an interesting evening." And I was like, "Yeah, and you seem to really like that sushi that you ate." And she was like, "What? You told me that everything I ate was cooked." And I'm just like, "Oh, Mom." It's like sushi is just a wrap. That's all it is. I was like, oh my God, Mom. She's a character. As much of an open-minded hippie as she was in her youth, that ain't translated into her old age. I was just like, oh dear God, mother. Okay, now I know I got a bunch of, there we go, got a bunch of kegs. So we're gonna move those over to the shed. We're gonna get our own beer hall going here. So, but it was fun. I always like giving my mom grief over that story because I will not let her live that one down. I was like, you wanted to go to Cheeseburger in Paradise? Are you out of your mind? My stepdad, though, he's a lot quieter and doesn't he's one that doesn't really complain. He just kind of goes along for the ride and hopes for the best. But yeah, I thought that was a fun evening. It was one of the first real times that I had a chance to treat my parents to a special evening. I'd never been able to really make that happen. And I'm glad that I had the chance to. It was. Let's see. Do I need? Oh yes, I do have to donate the maple syrup. Okay, so I'll hang on to that. But yeah, like you said earlier, it annoys when people won't try it. That's how I feel. I'm like, as long as it's not like something that's ridiculously, weird and out there, like 1,000-year egg from, is it Vietnam or the Philippines? I think it is. As long as it's not something like that, I'm just like, just give it a try. If you don't like it, that's different. But if you never tried it and you just make up your mind without trying it, no, you can't do that. That's not how this is going to go down. All right, so we are going to make some blackberry wine. Since we got all these blackberries. See, I really wouldn't. Century eggs, the one where the chicken is like mostly formed but still in the egg. I don't know. It's not so much. It's not so much the yeah. You better put that qualifier up there. Yeah, I'll try anything once, food wise. My biggest thing is, you know, I watch some travel channels and they show like people going into like it's Friday, we got to go to the we got to go visit the traveling merchant. I see these travel shows, and I know those things always have a skew or a slant or something like that. But they'll go to these other countries, and I'm not against those things, but I always wonder, like the street vendors, how much regulation is really going on with some of those. I just, I'm hesitant in some of that. Hmm. Right, exactly. There's very little regulatory bodies over all that stuff, and it's just I don't want to go to a foreign country where I don't have health insurance and get sick. Right, right. A reputable company is one thing, but how many reputable companies are making these foods? Oh, right. I was going to do some chopping, but my axe is in the shop. There's this show that I was watching, and I don't remember what it was that they had. It was like they cooked an entire like duck fetus in the egg or something. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, that looks so horrible. And when the people actually tried it, they were like, "Well, it just tastes like chicken." And I'm like, I don't. It just there was something about it. I mean, I'd be willing to try it, but if someone else was buying, you know, because I hate spending money on. So that's what we're talking about, where it's like the whole chicken cooked in the egg, and then you like crack it open onto the plate, and it's just head, beak, and all, and everything. I don't think that would be so bad, but the thousand balut. I think you're right. I think that is what I was watching. But this one episode of this travel show that I watched, they went to Singapore. Right, baby duck. That's what it was. Yes, thank you. That's exactly. We're on the same page, just with different words and everything. But no, you're right. It was a baby duck, and yeah, it's just right there. And yeah, I don't think that would be too terrible. It's just visually, it doesn't look that great. Um, so I would probably try that long before I tried a century egg. I don't know. That century egg just looks nauseating to me. I look at that and I'm just like, or they're being like Vietnam or something, and they're serving some of that street food. Um, See that? I don't know. Like, I like the taste of chicken gizzards, but I don't like the texture. Sometimes a food will have a weird texture for me, and I don't like it. It's not because it's the flavor, it's just because the texture is off-putting. So that would be my only real concern. Oh, I'll bet they had some delicacies at that wedding. See, I don't think that would be too terrible. Ethically, it sounds awful, but is it really so bad cooking a chicken when it's young versus cooking it when it's older? Yeah, very little meat, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot that I would try. I'm just not as much of a world traveler as I would like. But I'm hoping to change that, especially now that I've got more hours at work coming up. Um, like I was saying before, tomorrow will be my first day back um, with a 5-day work week. Still not 40 hours, but I'm at least getting paid a decent wage. So I'm kind of glad that they're keeping me at about 25 hours, because I don't need a full-time job. I just need something for some mad money at the end of the month and help out with the bills. Yeah. Fish is one of those things that people do some weird shit to. Have you ever seen lutefisk? I Is it Scandinavian? I'm yeah, mad that you know. Well, yeah, especially when you're working as many hours as you are. But have you ever seen lutefisk? I think it's Scandinavian. It is fish that's been treated in lye to where it's basically become a gelatinous mess. And, bones and all have just been rendered, gelatinous and everything. And it's just, there's just cuts of fish, and they put it in a jar and they preserve it. Yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, oh, man, lye is the stuff that, I don't know if I'd want to eat something that's been preserved in that. Greenland shark? I don't think I have. Is another weird processing taste treat. I mean, I don't want to knock anybody's cultural heritage or anything, but it's like so many other countries were preserving things in salt, and then you see lutefisk and it's preserved in lye, and I'm like, was that really the best thing that they had? The flesh is toxic until it's fermented. Yeah. See, if I go to Japan I say if, but it's gonna happen. When we go to Japan, I'm kind of keen to try some fugu. I would try that. Oh shit, my health is way, way, way down. What the heck has happened? I would definitely try some fugu. I hear it's not much different than regular sashimi. It's just the experience. But everything that I've seen is with it is that it's not nearly as deadly as pop culture has made it out to be. Like, fugu isn't going to kill you. You will need medical treatment for it, but the venom can cause issues. But if you seek medical attention right away, you should be fine. And I'm like, I'd be willing to give it a try. The Japanese, their standard of food preparation is pretty damn high. I would trust a restaurant. I mean, I wouldn't go to some shady back alley sushi shop or anything like that. But I would definitely go to some upscale place and order it. Honestly, most of the stuff that I want to try when I go to Japan is kind of the mainstream stuff. But well, there's so much pufferfish in the ocean and the lake that I'm nearby. I see pufferfish all the time. The only problem I have with it is pufferfish are so adorable. They're an adorable looking fish. They just got that goofy little smile and the puffy cheeks and everything. They're adorable. So I would feel bad. I love watching them swim around and everything. They're just these big fat little fish, and they have these tiny little flippers. Just these big fat fish, and they just hover. They're so cute. I love them. I've never seen one aggressive. I've actually been swimming in water where they're kind of checking things out, and I keep my distance. But I've never seen one like go on the aggression. And puff up and everything like that. Most of the time they're in the shallows when I see them, and they're kind of laid back and hanging out with 2 or 3 in a group. And I think they're adorable looking. Oh, let's see. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything else left to do. Just check if there's anything else. Nothing there. Hey, Mr. Business, scoot over. I'm jumping in. Oh, that's all right. I'm fine talking to hear myself talk. I think that I would have trouble if I was fishing and catch one. I would hope that I could de-hook it without hurting it too much, because they're really adorable fish. I think they get a bad rap. Oh, we didn't get any giant. Wow, everything came together at the same time. We're gonna make some bank today. And another round of oak resin, so we can make some more. Kegs. We'll get to that here in just a second. Let's get our eggs in the mayo makers. Last of our gold in. All right. And we only have one more day, so this corn is basically the last that we're going to get. But fortunately, I got my greenhouse done, so we got more corn on the way. We're going to have a winter full of corn. These pumpkins are going to give us a ton of money. Okay, now we got to set one aside because we got to deliver one, so we'll get one of our low quality ones. Gather up our oak resin. Well, if we can get through. The trees are getting a little overgrown. I am so glad I got those tappers ready to go. Okay, what do we need? We need copper, iron, and wood. We can make 8 more kegs. Oh, we don't have... Oh, we don't have enough. We don't have enough materials. We can make a couple more right now. But every keg goes towards filling the shed. Alright. Since I've already got the first round going, I'm going to wait for everyone to get done before we add any more wine production. It's just, I just prefer having them all working at the same time. Oh, that's okay. You didn't miss a whole lot. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, okay, so we were talking about food and everything. Yeah, a lot of the food that I'll probably be trying when I go to Japan will be very mainstream. I want to go to Koko Curry and see if the curries the Japanese curry that I've been eating here in Australia is authentic tasting. But a lot of the food that I'll be having in Japan is stuff I've already had before. It's just more a confirmation. Is it going to be something that, you know, is legit, or is it just like, you know, the Australian version of it? Most of the places that I go to are run by, you know, Japanese business owners. So, and usually where I go, the Japanese community gathers. So, you know, whenever you go to a restaurant that serves Japanese food and it's full of Japanese people, you feel like there's a bit of authenticity to that, especially when it's the young people. I went to there's this restaurant that a buddy of mine showed me that makes you know, it's a ramen shop, and I went there for the 3rd time a couple weeks back, and oh, who is it that asked for that? Caroline asked for the pumpkin. Are they setting up for the... Yeah, they're setting up for the festival. I won't be able to give her the pumpkin today. That's okay. So I went there for the 3rd time, my wife for the 2nd time a couple of weeks back, and while we were there, all the Asian college students were showing up, and I'm just like, if they're showing up here, then there must be something to it. Because I feel like it's more of like the comfort food that makes them feel like they're at home or something like that. But yeah, it's like when you go to a pho restaurant and it's there's a lot of Vietnamese people there ordering. You feel like there's a bit more authenticity to it all, and you know, you're able to kind of for all these things that I didn't grow up with because it was not my culture. You kind of get that idea that you know it's maybe it's not perfect, but it's close. It's close enough for the people who grew up eating that food that they want to you go to this restaurant. Oh my God, we still. I just can't do anything today. And that, if you go to. Yeah. I actually had my first Vindaloo not too long ago. Um, yeah. I had my first Vindaloo not too long ago, and I I don't know. I don't know if it was like an authentic Vindaloo or if it was, this is for, white people spice because, that's what they sell. I don't, you know, I hate thinking like that, but I don't know if it was legitimate or not. But what it was something that I liked. But, I went into it thinking that it was going to be like, burn my ass, from mouth to anus, burn nonstop. And it wasn't really. It was a little spicier than I liked my food to be, but with that and an order of butter chicken, it all went together really well, and I really liked it. See, I don't even know that. This is literally only one shop that I've ever been to. But I've had it twice now, and it's consistently good. But I don't know if if it's eased off for, where I live. Because where I live is very, I don't know. It's an older community, but it's mostly Caucasian, European, not a lot of Middle Eastern or Asian countries or Asian people. Yeah, see, mine was. I don't know if it was very coconutty or anything. It just it had a nice little spice. Yeah. I mean the business was run by Asian or by Indians, Indian people, and I've never seen a non-Indian working there. And they're making these giant papadoms and all sorts of stuff. But it's a mall food court version of Indian food, and that's not a bad thing. Oh, all right, now I can move my. Um, I keep forgetting what I was saying, but it's like the mall food court. I wonder, is it authentic or is it like the mall version of a Vindaloo? I don't know. I'd like to find out though. But even if it's not, this Vindaloo is very good. But I always get it in the 2-pack with the butter chicken and the cheesy naan bread. Oh my God, I love that stuff so much. But we used to. There used to be an Indian restaurant that I would go to, and there was an old Indian couple that ran the place, and it was kind of a buffet style, and oh my God, it was so good. They had, because I didn't know anything about Indian food. My wife, yeah, exactly, authentic or great value Vindaloo. Yeah, right, exactly. And it may be, but let me tell you, the butter chicken's fucking awesome. I've had butter chicken in a lot of different places. You know, like sit down restaurant butter chicken, fast food butter chicken. You know, where it's all sitting behind the glass and you just order it. They put it in a plastic container and you take it with you. Butter chicken, and to me, it's all kind of consistent quality. Um, but there was this one restaurant that me and my wife used to go to. It was a sit down restaurant, and but it was buffet style, and I didn't know any of the terminology. I couldn't remember one thing from the other because the words were, it was so new to me. But my wife would explain it as best as she could, and I would just. But I like that buffet style because it's like, okay, I'll take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and then try it all. And whatever I liked, I would just have to go back up and remember what I had. Usually, I would go by the color, but most of it's kind of that orangey yellow. Yeah. But oh my god, it was so good. And they served up this mango drink, this mango yogurt drink to go along with it, and I loved that stuff. I'd get a regular drink, and then they'd serve that, and they would have that in a little spigot, so you could serve yourself, and that was part of the buffet. And oh, I love that. So when it got too spicy, a little bit too hot, take a little sip of this yogurt drink and um, calmed it right down. Oh, I would love that. I wish I could get that. I wish I could get that style here in Australia, but they don't do buffet here. Apparently they used to, but it fell out of popularity. I don't know. Maybe the food laws cracked down on it or something. I don't know. I was shocked when I went to one of the only two Five Guys restaurants in the country, and they had self-serve, all-you-can-drink soda refills. Oh, I love baklava. Yes, absolutely. It's one of those snacks. It's one of those treats that I have to really be in the mood for because it's a very specific, flavor direction. But oh yeah, I love it. Actually, what's funny is baklava was one of the reasons why I was really disappointed in my family. My wife made a big old batch of baklava, homemade, puff pastry and all that stuff. Took it to the family get together. No one touched a bit of it. I'm just like, are you people out of your goddamn minds? Wouldn't even try it. And I'm just like, oh, you white ass honky motherfuckers. Scared to death that if it ain't covered in gravy, you ain't gonna like it. I'm white, so I can make that joke. But that's one of the things. See, where I was living, before I moved to where I'm at right now, I was living in an area. I may have, describe it for me, I may have had that. Because see, what I was about to say was, where I was living before I moved out of Sydney, because Sydney's a huge city, hundreds of individual neighborhoods and everything, and I was living in one of them. Well, where I was living was very much Asian and Indian and Middle Eastern cultures and everything, and oh my God, the food was so good. And I'm like, I am so glad that unlike most of my family back in Kansas, I learned to be kind of appreciative of other cultures and was willing to try things. Like the story with my mom, scared to death that this, fast food Japanese fusion place was going to be weird. And I'm just like, it's just teriyaki chicken, for God's sake. But it's like, I've been introduced to so many different types of food since moving here to Sydney. And I'm so glad that I was able to try this stuff. A lot of the stuff I'd be willing to try a lot sooner. It's just I don't know that it exists. Like kebabs. My God, the kebab culture in Australia, it is everywhere, and it has been fully adopted. In fact, that's what I had for lunch. I had a let's see, ricotta cheese base, phyllo dough. I don't think I've had that. It sounds delicious, though. I'm not a huge fan of ricotta cheese, um, but I don't mind it. It's one of those things that I definitely have to be in the mood for. That sounds really good, actually. I I might have to ask the wife about that. You know what? I'm gonna text her. She's in the living room right at the moment. I feel like maybe we have. Okay, I'll just send that off there. It sounds really good, but I don't know. See, I've ever since I moved here, I've tried so many new things. It's hard to keep track of them all until I've had it like two or three different times. You know what I mean? I don't think I need to donate that. No, I don't. All right, we'll get that in the fire. We'll hang on to the wine. Okay, so we got some things to donate to different places. But I'm just waiting for that damn Halloween party to come up. It's kind of cute, but I've still got like 2 hours. Well, 2 in-game hours. No, that is not something that we have had. But wait a second. Okay, it's something that my wife has had, but I have not. What? What happened? I'm lost. Something happened when I wasn't paying attention. I think somebody's taking my words long past. Obviously, it is. So yeah, my wife says that it is something that she has had, but I have not. But it probably wouldn't be difficult to come by. But yeah, um, Turkish food's a little trickier to find around these parts, but not impossible. Well, okay. Well, see, now my wife is clued into it, so we'll definitely be on the lookout for it. Oh my God, it's not 8 o'clock when this thing gets started. Oh, screw it. I don't even care. Nothing happens. Wait, no, there's a golden pumpkin. I wish there was a way of speeding up time for things like this. Well, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna Google a picture of this. See if I can. Oh, that is not at all what I was picturing. That looks decadent. Are you kidding me? It's still not ready to go? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so I did find the picture. Some of it was a little fancier with like chopped up um, pistachios. And I like me pistachios. I could eat me a bag of pistachios. Finally, the spirit eve has begun in the town. Let's get our golden pumpkin and get on with the day. Alright, where is the creepy maze? Oh, right here. Wasn't that something that happened on The Big Bang Theory? Sheldon was sick. Sheldon was sick, and he goes across with his laptop because he can't talk. So he's using the text to speech function on his laptop, asking Penny if she has any tea that he can have. And then he says, I would also like to have some hiney. And she's like, hiney? And he's like, sorry, honey. Meanwhile, I'm sitting at home thinking, yeah, when I'm sick, some of Penny's hiney would probably make me feel better. God, I had such a thing for Kaylee Kawaku. I mean, I still kind of do, but I really wish that she wasn't the person doing the voice of Harley in the HBO special, the HBO cartoon. Not that I think she's doing a bad job. I just think Melissa Rauch did a much better job when she did the voice of Harley in the Batman Harley cartoon. I think she did a much better job. Which is weird to think that two of the gals from The Big Bang Theory have both voiced Harley Quinn. I like just about anything Harley Quinn is involved with. I prefer her from the original Batman animated adventures from the 90s when it was Arlene Sorkin doing her voice. But some of the modern stuff is okay. The live action stuff never gets it right, but do they ever? You gotta work in 8 hours? Well, I gotta work in 12 hours, actually. Less than 12 hours, so we're kind of simpatico. I'm probably just gonna finish out the season and do that myself, and then start the next broadcast the first day of winter. So I probably won't be much further along. That, and I've still got some power washing I need to get done. All right, get out of the way, Mr. Business. All right, we got a seed maker. Awesome. Oh, it's always great chatting with you, Arsigns. Thanks for the cultural experience, and I will try to track down some Middle Eastern cuisine. Have yourself a good evening, and oh, hey, I didn't find out. When are you heading to the Sizzler? I don't know if you mentioned. When are you going to the Sizzler? I think that's still hilarious that I called it. Ooh, 23,000. Oh man, that means I won't be able to find out until next week. Because when it's Friday for you, that'll be Saturday for me. So I won't even be broadcasting for a couple of days. All right. Well, you're gonna have to join me early on my broadcast next Monday. Right, exactly. Because I'm gonna want the deets, man. Holy crap, 24,462 for a single day. Them pumpkins and corn is definitely paying for themselves. Alrighty. Well, good evening to you, sir. Have yourself a good one, and yeah. We make it sound like it's some crappy soap opera. Meanwhile, at the Sizzler. It wasn't just the steaks that were a sizzling. The sexual tension could be cut even with those dull-ass knives they give you. Alright. Nothing ready in the green. Yeah. Oh, dang it. We didn't get any crops for the last day. Alright. 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 Take it easy, Arsigns. We'll see you next time. Okay. Do we have enough stuff? Alright. We need to make some iron. Iron bars. We'll hang on to them. Good morning, my egg-laying ladies. I hope everybody is doing all right. Pick up all the eggs and get some feed for y'all, because it's a rainy, nasty day. Stay inside, stay warm and dry. Ooh, we got another apple. Okay, we need one more apple, and we'll be able to make that donation. Okay, so now I can make a seed maker. So we need wood, coal, and gold. I think I'll just make one and just wait it out. Wood. Oh, I don't have enough coal. Son of a bitch. Ugh, why is it so hard for me to get coal this run? It's really weird how little I've actually run into. Usually I've got stockpiles of this stuff. Oh, wait a second. We'll be able to make some mead here real soon. Okay, so it is Sunday. Everything's taken care of. Let's go check out the... Oh, hang on a second. I know I have... There it is. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 of these. So that can give me anywhere between 4 and 12 seeds. And then we'll just basically get those in the greenhouse. But I need coal. Can't remember. Isn't there like a furnace? A charcoal kiln. Yeah, 10 pieces of wood into 1 piece of coal. That's an awful lot of wood, but I may have to do that for now. Because like I said, for some reason, I'm just not getting a lot of coal. May just have to spend some serious time in the mines getting some. No, there's nothing I really need, but I'll buy the battery pack. Just to get, just to have that. I'll need those if I'm going to make iridium sprinklers. Oh, I need to get my axe. It should be done. Thy will be done. That billboard's probably gonna re-update real soon. Nice. Alright, now we ought to be able to chop down some trees with great efficiency. Alright, so let's donate this creepy little voodoo doll. And then let's see if we can catch Caroline at the shop. Give her the pumpkin that she requested. Hopefully, since it's rainy and it's still in the morning hours, she'll still be there. I like the hair just the way it is. Of course, that's what you'd say. Well. Oh, the pumpkin. It's a good one. Abigail will be happy when she sees this. Thanks, Sugar Pants. Alright, 500 for that. Okay, so now we need to drop that bottle of wine off at the community center. And we can spend the 25,000, but should I? No, we might as well. It's not like we have to have that first day payment for the winter, because there won't be any seeds worth buying. Didn't I have to get a bottle of wine here? I guess not, no. Ooh, crystallarium. Nice. Now we can start growing diamonds. All right, that's another star. So many wonderful bundles. Yeah, it was all cash. That is pretty crazy that we got 4 of them before the first winter. And technically, I can have one of them the first day of winter if I'm lucky. Nice. One more. Yay! We're doing such good work. Okay, so what all do we have left? We just have to, tomorrow, well, in the game tomorrow, we have to find a snow yam. That's literally the last thing. And then the bulletin board is a tougher one. There's a lot of stuff. I don't think we'll get all of it. I just need one more apple from the bat cave, and then this one will be done. But the chef's bundle is a little trickier. I need a kitchen to make a fried egg and a maki roll. The fiddlehead fern, I don't think I'll be able to get one of those from the forest until spring, maybe summer, I can't remember. I'm growing a poppy right now, but a truffle I have to have pigs for, so I don't have any of that. And then the dye bundle, the red cabbage is not a seed that I can get until the second summer? So, anyway, but I'm not too worried about that. It's all the other bundles that I'm worried about. But I didn't realize that that bottle of wine was not something that I needed to, was something that I was able to keep. I don't have to donate it. So, I'm going to put that in the shipping bin. Okay, now we've got diamonds on the way. Okay. So we need 10 pieces of coal. Let's go up into the... Oh, hell, we'll just go ahead and send that. Let's go up into the mines and see if we can get it. We'll just go on a rock-breaking bender. We'll go 20. Yeah, that makes sense. Since I don't want to advance through the caves, now it's going to give me 100 ladders every time. Okay, well we got one, so at least now we can have a placeholder to show us how much we're actually getting. I really should go to the frozen levels, because at least there I can get the soot sprites. 50. Yeah, now I don't even have to work for the ladder, they're just going to give it to me. Wow. One piece. I do wish that these would respawn once in a while. They don't have to respawn all the time, but basically bags full of coal. Worst case scenario, I just get a bunch of extra ore. I still only have one piece, my god. I've never had this happen. I've never been lacking coal before. It's very weird. I don't know if there's a place that I can buy it or anything. I may have to start burning wood to get some, which seems ridiculous, but I may have to. Wow, this whole time, I've almost used my entire stamina meter. Well, I've used over half of it. I have 2 pieces. I need 10. I really don't think I'm asking that much. I think we ought to just stick with the soot sprites. There we go. Okay, now we're starting to get some. Ladders everywhere. I'm getting more ladders than I am coal. That's ridiculous. What did he drop? Magnet ring? Oh, is that... No, I already had one. I couldn't remember if I had a regular or a large magnet ring. Come on, I just need 2 more pieces. This is so ridiculous. It's almost midnight. We have gotten 8 pieces. Just one more piece, my god. Oh, I'll never make it. This is a spiral stage. Ah, my god. Nope. We don't have time. I'll have enough time to get home, set everything up, and that's it. So ridiculous, so aggravating. think there's anything else left to do. Man, artichoke dip sounds awesome right now. That's so cute. All right, well, now we can go to the desert, so we've got something to do in the summer, or the winter time. Okay, wow, 2,700. It's a lot for not having any crops. Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for this broadcast. I'm just going to call it a little bit early just because it's kind of been a busy day, and we did get a lot accomplished on this one. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. A special shout out to rsigns90. Always good to see one of my biggest fans coming by, especially getting to hear some of the daily drama of all the stuff that's going on. Can't wait to hear more. It's always good having people to interact with. Makes the show a lot easier to do. So that is it for tonight. I'm pretty certain that we'll continue doing broadcasts, but just the big thing is with my new promotion at work, I am getting more hours, so I'll be working a lot more. So this week will be the real test to see how willing I am to do broadcasts after doing work during the morning. I don't think it'll be too terrible, but for the first, I'm pretty certain that after a couple of weeks of regular schedules and everything, I'll get the routine down and everything, and get my stamina to where it needs to be able to handle that. But during all the lockdowns and during the moves and everything, we had so many things coming up that kept me from being able to get a job, and I've gotten in such terrible shape, so I'm now paying for that. The more I work, the better I'm off, and the better I rebound from some of the stuff, because I should not feel as old as I did when we first came out of the COVID lockdowns. It was not good. It was not good at all. But on the plus side, we are moving towards the warmer months. Been walking the dogs a little bit more often, and I'm just about ready to start breaking out the bike and go on some biking trails. That one's gonna kill me up front because it's been a while since I've done that. But I'll be really looking forward to that. It's something I really enjoy, and we got some really nice biking trails where I live. So one step at a time, a little bit here, a little bit there. Alrighty, so that is it for tonight. I'm not even going to close out with a promotion for Sugar Pants. We'll do a quick one. Sugar Pants Video Basement. It is my YouTube channel. Go check it out. I review crappy, schlocky movies. My most recent episode, Cheerleader Camp. It is a really entertaining horror comedy. Please go check it out. And then there will be a new episode coming this Monday. So, new episodes every other week. It's the whole thing is an homage to the late night horror host, and I hope that comes through. I really hope that it does. People like Elvira or the Crypt Keeper or Joe Bob Briggs. There's definitely some influences that you can see in the show if you're familiar with any of those people. So please check that out. New episodes every other week. We are in kind of the off week right now. So this coming Monday, brand new episode. And I'm working on stuff for next year. 2023, working on episodes right now. Actually just about to start filming and getting stuff on video. Exciting times. Anyway, that is it for tonight. So y'all have a great rest of the day, and until we greet you for probably tomorrow's broadcast, let's try that again. Y'all have a great rest of the day, and we will catch you next time.